All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And welcome to the Riverside County Probation Department's 2024 Supervisor Corps graduation ceremony. My name is Mike Villalba. I am the Assistant Division Director of our department's Strategic Development Bureau. It has been our honor and our privilege to not only host this training to our department's future leaders, but also for our partner agencies from Santa Barbara County Probation, Los Angeles County Probation, Imperial County Sheriff, and the Riverside Sheriff's Department. Before we begin, would everyone please stand with me in honoring our great country with a Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Let me take a moment to introduce our special guests who are in attendance this afternoon. From our department's executive team, we have our Assistant Chief Probation Officer, Natalie Rivero. And in the back of the room, we have Chief Deputy Probation Officer Joe Doty. And from Santa Barbara County, we have Probation Manager Tiffany Phillips. And Supervising Probation Officer Sarah Miller. Welcome. And from Los Angeles County Probation, we have Senior Director Sean Arrington. I want to thank the executive team, our special guests from Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, and all of our department managers for coming here today. At this time, please allow me to welcome Assistant Chief Probation Officer Natalie Rivero.
Thank you, Mike. So hello, everyone. Good afternoon. First off, congratulations. Let's give another round. And thank you to our guests, our supervisors, as Mike mentioned, from Santa Barbara, LA County Probation, as well as Riverside and Imperial County Sheriff's Department. Thank you for joining the RCP family for the last few weeks, and you're always welcome here. On your first day, myself and some of the members of the executive team greeted you, and we talked about how important your role is as a supervisor, right? We talked about the training, the day-to-day operations that you are responsible for and the team that you're responsible for. We talked about being the conduit between line staff and management, right? It's not an easy job. But I think most importantly, what we talked about is the influence that you have, right? The influence you have on your staff, the division, the institution that you're going to. And so I want you to remember that and remember how impactful you can be to your staff. I think we can all agree that it's an honor to have that much influence, and I hope you remember that every day when you walk into your units, onto your institutions, the influence that you have, you may not even realize. As you return to your assignments, leaving here with all this knowledge, right, and new tools in your pocket to help you be supervisors, I want to talk about just a few that I think will help you adjust to your new role. First, getting to know your team. Sounds simple, right? We all like to have fun, have conversations with our staff, but really getting to know your team. Because we all typically have a primary leadership style, right? But you really have to adjust to who you're managing and who you're supervising. And it's important to do so, right? It's important to build those relationships because you want your staff to trust you. You want to be trusted, right? And being successful really falls down to just building those relationships. Second, adaptability. We know things don't go our way. That happens all the time. As much as you plan and prepare, things happen. You can walk in, right, the first 5 minutes of your day, and there's a crisis. And so being able to adapt and remember, again, the influence you have on your staff, right? The emotion you have, the way you tackle those, your response to situations, your team's watching you, right? So be mindful and be open to being adaptable. Listen more than you speak. Right? Listen more than you speak. Sometimes that's hard to do for some people, right? And it's not just to obtain clarity of whatever is being asked of you, the problem being presented to you, but also really listening to your staff when they come to you. Because all of you are here, your supervisors, because you are excellent seniors or line level staff. You're problem solvers, you're knowledgeable, so you often have the answers. But now it's your time to coach your staff. So listen and help guide them. Don't rush to always give the answer, right? Because our job now is to coach, train, and mentor. Continue to develop your leadership skills. That should never stop. Doesn't matter where you are in your career. When I joined the executive team years ago, I started attending here in Riverside. We have some great leadership courses that the county offers. Some of them are a year in length, and I've done 2 of them, and they're excellent. Don't stop growing. You should always look to grow, even if you want to plan to stay as a supervisor the rest of your career. Always continue to grow your leadership skills. And staying positive, leading by example. As I talked about, everyone's watching you when you walk in the door, and sometimes we forget that, right? Your team is looking for you. Sometimes it's just your presence, sometimes it's just to say hello, but they're watching you, right? So again, if it's a crisis, if there's, you're having to share some maybe unpopular information to them or decisions that are being made, they're watching your reactions and what you say. So always remember that and lead by example. And make work-life balance a priority for you and your team. I know here in Riverside County, and I think I can speak for the other departments, how important that is. If you can't be your best self, right, and you're not going to be your best self to your staff, we want them to be their best self so they can give and provide the best services to our clients in the community. So as you leave here today, remember how much you're supported by our department, your managers that are here today. Thank you all for being here, and your executive team. So once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Assistant Chief Rivera. Now I would like to introduce our instructor for the Supervisor Corps, David Heime with LE Professionals.
Thank you very much. So I'd like to thank Riverside County Probation for hosting our program. We've had an excellent partnership over the last couple years. We value it immensely and value the opportunity to be a part of your growth strategy. I loved that you shared that with the group. I especially want to thank the agencies in attendance. Thank you very much for believing in our mission, believing in what we know based on our experience and our team's experience will help our supervisors shine in their new role. I especially want to thank Vicki Fries from Riverside's training division. Everything would not be possible without her, so thank you very much for everything. And to our supervising probation officers and sergeants, thank you very much for stepping up to the challenge at one of the most trying times that have ever faced our law enforcement community. 2 weeks ago, we embarked on a mission to establish your supervisory vision, how to create environments of accountability, and manage challenges in your corner of the organization. As you return to your assignments after our time together, you should know we're grateful that you've embraced your leadership responsibilities, and we look forward to the positive impact you'll have at your respective agencies. Remember, law and policy are your best friends. Walk your talk and stand up straight with your shoulders back. So I should mention that on day 4 of our program, I surprised our supervisors with the format for this graduation. You know, they expected a boring, people are going to be called up one at a time with their name and stuff like that. And I said, everybody's going to share an anecdote about a fellow supervisor. And you should have seen them. They're like, too easy. I was like, nice. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. So let's begin the anecdotes. I'll begin by introducing from Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Sergeant Thomas Kolb. Tom, not Tommy, is quiet but observant. He's the biggest country music fan you'll ever meet. He's really into real country, though, like Taylor Swift and Post Malone. Tom is caring, professional, knowledgeable, and a fundamental resource to deputies at the Sheriff's Department. They are lucky to have you. It's been an honor to get to know you over the past 2 weeks, sir. I firmly believe your invaluable experience and care for others will shine in your new role. Thank you very much for your genuine nature and your commitment to public safety. Congratulations, Sergeant Thomas Cole.
Supervising Probation Officer Victor Muro. I've had the honor to sit next to Victor for the last 2 weeks, and we shared a lot about work and his assignment, and I'm honored to say if I worked for Victor, it'd be awesome. You know, he's a strong leader, and I believe he's going to be a great team leader. Congrats, Victor.
Supervising Office Assistant Grace Bryant. I was fortunate to be in Grace's group. She kept it fun. I was always laughing. From what I've learned from Grace, she has 4 beautiful dogs. 3, Fufu, Charlie, Sadie, and Scooter. And we actually have a dog in common. 3 of the dogs are toy poodles. Fufu being the mom, 17-year-old. The 2 babies, 15-year-old Charlie and Sadie. And she actually rescued the Scooter, the Yorkie mix. And it tells a lot about Grace. She's very caring. She's very inviting. Just being around her is just great energy and a great time. So congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Kim Vivino. She's the supervising officer for the juvenile. She's with the county for 20 years, and she was started at the Riverside Juvenile Probation, and now she's assigned in White Tech, and she enjoys her new position now.
Correctional Corporal Wendy Aguayo. Wendy works for Imperial County. She works at the jail in El Centro, and it's been a pleasure getting to know her. She's a very strong woman. She takes a lot of pride in her job. She told us a lot of stories. She's a great storyteller. She shared a lot of stories with us from the jail, and you can tell she's just, based on all the stories, she really takes pride in her work, and she also loves to cook, and she's a big family person. She takes pride in everything she does.
Jennifer Atkinson from I had the opportunity to meet Jennifer and to be in her team. These past 2 weeks, Jennifer's professional experience has been amazing. And the whole group, the atmosphere, it feels like we were working together before. And for me, it's like her calm demeanor, professional. It's just like everything. I explained to her, even if when we got the training and if it needed to be addressed, any issue, I will be just looking at you because of your professional and demeanor. I will understand the rules and regulations. So for me, it's like, man, it's like, thank you, because she gave a lot to the team and especially to me. If I had the opportunity to work in your department, I would like to have you as a supervisor, and I would be, like on the roll, and thank you.
Supervising Office Assistant Catherine Alpucho. It was a pleasure to meet Catherine and to work with her in a group these past 2 weeks. On the first day of class, she said that she was really shy and that she disliked speaking up. However, by the second day, it became apparent as she began to open up that she's super witty, smart, and not afraid to express herself. Catherine, congratulations. I hope the best for you, and I hope our paths cross again soon.
Supervising Probation. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Gabriela Melendres. I had the pleasure of getting to know Gabby, these past 2 weeks, and I'm so honored to say that you are my new peer. One thing that I do take away from this is when we got to talk to each other one-on-one, one thing I took away was that she told me when she first came into probation, she wanted to take her time before becoming a leader. And it took her years. She wanted to get to know the people and the community and all of her peers, and she knew when she was ready to become a leader. So I'm glad that you're my new Riley.
Thank you. Supervising Probation Officer Taylor Noble. It's been a pleasure to get to know Ms. Noble. Ms. Noble is cheerful, resourceful, smart, and definitely a team player. Today, we find out that we met for the first time on our SPO interview. Little did we know that we were going to be sitting together for 2 weeks in the same table. Among many of things that we share, I learned that Ms. Noble is a Disneyland lover. By lover, I mean it. In 1 year, she went to Disneyland 54 times. Ms. Noble is the youngest of the class. She's 32 years old and the newest member of the department. Yet she carries herself with maturity and confidence. Congratulations.
From Los Angeles County Probation Department, we have Supervising Deputy Probation Officer Darren Funches. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been extremely blessed and lucky to have sat next to Darian. He is a wealth of knowledge and has so many experiences. I loved picking his brain for the last 2 weeks of all the scenarios and situations that he's dealt with. He's an extremely kind and creative guy, and I look forward to seeing Star Chasers soon.
Supervising Probation Officer Robert Kinder. Coming to Riverside County to this Probation Supervising Academy, one of the first people I met was Robert right here, and I didn't know anybody here coming from LA County, but talking to him, I found out I had a lot in common. We both play instruments, plays the saxophone just like me. We both work similar operations in our probation department, and it's just been a great time picking his brain. He's a wealth of knowledge and a surefire leader in his department, and I'm sure the office over there you're a treasure to them, and I'm sure they're happy to have you. Thank you.
Supervising Probation Officer Danae King. So over the last 10 days, I have also learned, I've learned that Danae has a passion for technology, particularly the iPhone 16. But Danae also uses that same passion to enhance communication with her peers and provide guidance to empower her staff to achieve their goals. And then for anyone in our class, especially those at our table, we understand that she is a riot. Congratulations.
Sorry. Supervising Probation Officer Joshua Mora. Joshua has been with the department for 11 years. During the past 2 weeks, I've sat next to him, and in that time, I learned that he always has a smile on his face. He always shows support to his fellow classmates, and he can look like he's going to cry on cue. Josh is insightful, hardworking, and definitely an asset to this department, and I look forward to witnessing any and all of his accomplishments in the years to come.
Congratulations.
From Santa Barbara County Probation Department, Jody Bertowski. Over the last 2 weeks, Jody has been exceptional, the way she carries herself. She's compassionate, she's a team player, and she's always constantly, volunteering to participate in everything that we're doing. Her 24 years in the department, adult and juvenile, along with the mother that she is, and using those skill sets of nurturing those under her, coupled with her leadership skills, is gonna help her growth in this position to mentor those that you get to lead. And then one thing that caught my attention when I first met her is she said that she was going to dedicate herself to ensure that she leaves a positive legacy for her department, and she's on the right track. Congratulations.
All right. Good afternoon. I have the pleasure of introducing Supervising Probation Officer Myra Ortega from Riverside County. Myra has been with the department for 11 years and is currently supervising an AB 109 intake unit. On day 2, I picked Myra for an icebreaker activity. In the short amount of time we spent together, I was quickly able to understand how important this role is to her and her desire to do well in it. When presenting to our class, Myra was always poised and confident. Myra is also a nurturing soul. When the classroom was cold, because it was very cold for a few days when it was sweltering outside for these Santa Barbara people, not only did she bring a blanket in for herself, she offered to share one with her table mate. The next day, she brought blankets in for her table, for her whole table, garnering her the title of President of Team Blankie. Myra's commitment to her work and care for others will serve her well as she grows in her role as a supervisor. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I have the pleasure today of introducing Senior Probation Officer Lee Rodriguez of San Bernardino County. I'm sorry, Santa Barbara County. So being part of a large department, you sometimes don't get to meet everybody within the department to become familiar with them, especially for an introvert like me. It makes it that much more difficult to establish relationships with one another. So you would think that sitting next to someone, who does not even work for your department would kind of make for an awkward situation. However, from day one, Lee was just so friendly and warm and welcoming that it just seemed like our relationship was as if we had been working for the same department all along. Although there was one moment where I did get a little bit nervous. So I'm very particular, very organized. So one day when Lee opened up her phone and she showed us, she had close to 500 open Safari tabs. I was like, whoa! I was like, but it made for a good laugh. But in all seriousness, over the course of the last 2 weeks, I appreciated and learned so much from her experiences. She brings with her 24 years of experience with her department, and I just look forward to keeping in touch with her and following her journey along the way. So congratulations, Lee.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to introduce my new friend, Supervising Office Assistant Sarah Morales. Sarah has been with the Riverside County Probation Department for 2 years, and she supervises 5 staff in the Moreno Valley office. And it was fun to talk to her about the different offices since we're not in the same department and comparing how things are in her office and my office. And I could really tell that she cares about her employees, about her work. And while we were on teams together, she was a great team player. She always kept everything fun and lighthearted. And she had good communication skills and really was very knowledgeable about her assignment and what she'd like to do in the future. She does want to continue her education and possibly, hopefully, become a probation officer, so yay. That would be great. I consider her a friend. Like Myra was saying, I just felt like our team just clicked from the very beginning, and every day we just talked about everything and what we did the night before. And she has 2 kids, and so it was fun hearing about her interactions with them. And so I could tell that she not only cares about her family, but she cares about her job, her career. And so I will hopefully would like to hear in the future that she is a probation officer. I hope our paths cross, and that you either honeymoon or go surfing in Santa Barbara. And so we can keep in touch and share stories again like we have been. So good luck, and it was great meeting you.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I get the opportunity to reflect on my peers during this time, during the supervisor course, so I wrote a little something. While there are many roles that a supervisor plays, the most important one is being a leader that can build a team of high performers. A supervisor embodies a combination of essential traits and skills that foster a positive work environment. Each supervisor here today has participated in this course has shown great accountability, integrity, and confidence, and so much more. I firmly believe that this group will lead in a positive direction and empower those around them, wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. And I like to end out with a quote from John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Thank you.
All right, that was awesome. Congratulations again to all of our new supervisors. Let's give them one more round of applause. All right, this now concludes our ceremony. I again would like to thank everyone that came here today to show support for our future leaders, our executive team, our managers. Thank you to Santa Barbara County Probation, Los Angeles County Probation, Imperial County Sheriff, and RSO for entrusting your staff with Riverside County Probation Department. God bless you all, and thank you for coming.